Lawrence, did you dream that in your adult life we would hear a former American president, and not one of the silly ones, one of the serious ones, a two-termer, a history maker in his own right, look into a camera and tell us, his fellow citizens, that our very system is under real and present threat?
It was something you could never have possibly anticipated 5 years ago. Barack Obama standing up there and saying, do not let them take your democracy away. And he means the president of the United States. He said the president of the United States would cheat to win if necessary. And there's not a person out there who doesn't believe that. That is now just conventional wisdom. Trump voters believe Trump would cheat to win. They know he would cheat to win. And for many of them, that's okay with them. I want to point out another thing that Barack Obama did tonight in the totality of the presentation. There were two presentations by Barack Obama. They ran the video, the full White House video, of President Obama giving Joe Biden the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which came as a surprise to Joe Biden. And I personally had forgotten the surprise element of it, which we saw on video. And so you saw that incredible embrace of Joe Biden, the person, the man, by Barack Obama. And in Barack Obama's speech, he referred to him as a brother. He said he was choosing a governing partner for a vice president, but he discovered a brother. He couldn't have hugged him more closely on a personal level. He couldn't have endorsed the soul of the man more solidly and more clearly than he did. And yes, there was a lot of apocalyptic language used by the president, President Obama, in a way that we've never heard before in these kinds of speeches. All of that was merited. All of that will get plenty of attention. But I just wanted to focus on that very, very personal bond that President Obama delivered for Joe Biden tonight.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.